everything is a struggle.
It is.
And yeah,
and
I wasn't taught.
There's no course on that.
Yeah.
There's no business course on how to run. Well, maybe, but I didn't find it. There's no like, and they have these conferences and everything nowadays is like, be educated in this. You're going to be a leader in this. And it's just like, well, like, how do people actually get started in this industry?
Are we in the episode?
Yeah.
All right, we're in
Sorry.
it. All right, no. Hey, founder and creative director of Bella Mystique joins us tonight, Brittany Morris. Thanks for being here.
For
What's
being
up?
Here.
Woo-hoo.
No walk-up song?
Yeah. Cue the music.
Right?
Let's go. So I read that you started in events in at least Bella Mystique in 2013.
I did.
So
did.
Right off the bat, I just want to know I want to know a little bit of the come up. How did it come to fruition?
It was a struggle. Okay.
I saw you were working out of your closet.
Okay. So before that, when they really say that your dream starts when you're a kid, you really know what you want to be when you grow up, that's a real thing. Mm-hmm. And you just might not know it. But looking back at it now, like I mentioned before, I used to walk around Lake Calhoun when I was a kid. Bidet Mosca, whatever it is now.
Sounds just like me. I love that.
I did. And I would look at these mega mansions and I'm like, oh, if I lived there, I would have an atrium in the middle and I'd have plants here and I'd have this here. So I just started sketching shit
Designing it already.
Yeah. I just started sketching stuff out, just imagining what it would be like being in that space, not knowing that, I don't know, X amount of years later, it actually turns into an actual career. So I thought I wanted to be a pharmacist. I thought I wanted to be a corporate lawyer because the paycheck, right? And then I get through it and then I go to school for architecture and I loved it. And then they're in the middle of, yeah, but it's going to be about 10 years before you can own your own business. And I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm too impatient. So I was like, all right, maybe I could be a teacher. And then I realized I'm not a morning person. Not unlike other people's kids. So, went back for graphic design and a family member asked me to design their wedding invitations. And I was like, sure. And I'm sitting in this wedding and I'm like, this is so boring. What is happening? And it was unorganized and there's people running everywhere. And I was like, there's got to be something here.
There's got to be
a better way.
Yeah.
It's like an infomercial.
Yes.
And I'm a huge, I love getting people together. Yeah. Halloween is my holiday.
Okay.
I'm that one that switches it up. The neighbors look forward to it every year. I've got skeletons hanging from the, you know what I mean? Right. But I hate haunted houses. So, yes, but the whole experience of it, right? Just doing something different. And that's what I wanted to do. It's okay, I love hosting people. I love bringing people together, doing stuff that we normally wouldn't do or we can't afford to do, right? So there's got to be a career in that. And so I literally was took an online wedding planning course.
Okay.
For $150 and got this I don't even think it's legit certificate. And then started just marketing myself as a wedding planner. And I made my own marketing materials because of my graphic design degree and had $50 in my bank account, was doing it out of my closet. And I was like, let's try this. Did my first full planning wedding for $250.
Oh.
Full plan, the whole thing.
So you paid them to do this, basically.
Yeah. Can I be your planner?
Yeah. Let me be your intern.
Right, please? I mean, and it was the weirdest wedding I've ever actually done. The groom was playing a guitar as the bride was walking down the aisle.
That's some
and
shit
she
I
was
would do.
singing,
Goddamn.
and she was in the color red, and I'm like, what's happening? Yeah, right? And I'm like, this can't be real.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But you planned it.
I did. Well, yeah, I guess.
You let that happen. It's all your fault.
I knew nothing back
then.
Sometimes
they're,
sure.
Are you running it or is it running you?
Correct.
It's hard to say.
Whatever you guys want to do at that point. Sure, we will have that. So that's how that kind of got started and then just kind of snowballed after that.
And now you're the president of the WIPA
Minneapolis Chapter.
Wedding Industry Professional Association.
That's it.
And you're the chapter president here.
I am.
And fucking fast forward, it's it's happened for you. So.
It's happened. It's happened.
In 12 short years, just like the blink of an eye.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam. But it was a struggle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I was like, I'm quitting. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing this no more. Like, I'm going to go get a steady job.
Right.
A decent income. You can't save on this. You can't have a 401k on this. Like,
Yeah.
it was just...
Give me some benefits.
There is no... And that leads into my frustration of this wedding industry. But there is no, like, education path.
Yeah.
To teach you all the things that you need to be, because not only are you just like a wedding planner and all the stuff that goes into doing that,
Yeah.
but an entrepreneur, you're a business owner,
Yeah.
you're human resources, you're an accountant. No one teaches you any of that.
Yeah, it's a really tough struggle. I mean, shit, even Alex and I starting a video company with, I mean, some experience, but like now we're doing the accounting. I'm like fucking, what is it? The QuickBooks.
I was gonna say
I'm a
QuickBooks.
QuickBooks expert now. No, I'm not yet, but I'm about to be. And
I mean-
and then you tried 20 things before that, so you're like an expert on like 20 other things that
course you
don't
are.
work. I'm like, I know that, but it
I know
doesn't
that
work.
program.
Yeah, and then it's just like it's all a struggle, and then even contracts and just like how you communicate, everything is a struggle.
It is.
And yeah,
And
I
there
wasn't
is
taught.
there's no course on that.
Yeah.
There's no business course on how to run. Well, maybe, but I didn't find it. There's no like, and they have these conferences and everything nowadays is like, be educated in this. You're going to be a leader in this. And it's just like, well, how do people actually get started in this industry?
Right.
I think a lot of it's mistake or and I don't mean that in a weird way, but like even myself, like I was working at a shitty ass Old Chicago. And remember they had a beer program or whatever? Do you guys remember this? They had like they like 100 different beers, and if you tried them all, you got your name on like this plaque or whatever.
I don't know anything about this, but
It was like I can't remember what the hell it's called, but anyways, some people out there will know what I'm talking about.
Was this like the cursed Old Chicago on Lake Street?
This was in Plymouth.
Or not Lake
So I
Street,
worked in Plymouth,
Yeah.
near where I live now.
Okay.
And I was doing this. I was just working there, but I'd have a couple beers sometimes after work. And this bartender would like.
Is that where the Chick-fil-A is now?
No, that was
What was it
that
be-
was like Sunshine Factory or something. No, not
No, it
Sunshine.
wasn't.
That was
What was that?
some other little shit spot. Some other.
I know
spot.
what you mean, though. It was some type of sports bar-y thingy, but
Yeah.
okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't even know what I was saying, but.
Old
Something about
Chicago
the
beer
beer.
on the plaque
So
on the wall.
anyways,
Yeah.
I got fired because he would register me as I tried like 4 beers, and I had 4 beers, but I didn't try all 4 different beers. Mm-hmm. But he registered me as I had each of those 4.
So you got your name on the wall. And
I got my
fired,
name on the wall,
but got fired.
and then they fired both of us for it. And this started my catering journey.
Oh.
After that,
After you
I
got
became a
canned.
caterer, and then being in catering, and I had gone to school for music around that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like being in. I think what it takes is being around certain aspects of the event industry long enough where you kind of get siphoned into it somehow. So it's like for me, it was music. So I was a musician, and I was catering. So there's like 2 aspects that I could relate with events. Hardcore. It's like I saw bands coming through. I saw DJs coming through. I liked all of it. You know, it's like you meet people, and now you're just kind of you're in the system. And I think
You're in the funnel.
you're kind of in the funnel. And then eventually you get funneled out into some category that resonates, I think, most with you. So for me, it's funny to be in video and catering. I'm still in catering, but I'm also like in video, and I think video is like an ultimate expression form.
Trying to track.
Okay.
You went,
I know, right?
you went from like beer champion at Old Chicago to working as a caterer to being a videographer.
Getting in the industry. We're talking about getting
okay,
in the
all right,
industry.
right,
Come
right.
on, y'all can't follow? I'm still the most number one here. What the fuck?
No, what I think you're
my
somewhat
God.
what you're trying to say is like you don't always see the path forward, but you can always connect the dots looking back, right?
Sure.
No, see,
Something
that's
like that.
right. I can agree with that. I can totally agree with that. Because, like, I didn't know.
Well, you didn't even know it was like a thing.
Right.
I mean, for me at least,
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things I didn't know was a thing. And I'm just like, when you actually have, well, now it's like, you have to have a day of coordinator. You
Yeah.
have to have a wedding planner. You have to have a content creator. And
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Oh, that was not a thing.
People were still, people
No.
were like, no, Auntie's going to drop it off.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's not, there was no path to this. There's no like, oh, I'm going to go to college for wedding planning. I'm going to go to college to be a florist, right? Like, where is that? Like, you fall into it naturally from like side jobs, high school, a friend of a friend needs extra help, whatever. You do
Yeah.
a person's wedding just to help out.
And you get little pieces of things from here, from there. And like what you do now, like on the full service side of things, but also just on the creative, like I feel like where you've set yourself apart in the industry is doing like installs, like really big sort of creative installs. And that's not necessarily, but I can see looking now at your experience, like I didn't know you went to school for architecture, but that makes a lot of sense coming from what we see you do now. So I can see like how that all relates to it.
It took a while to get to that point.
Yeah.
Like, at one point, I just woke up and I'm like, I'm tired of being somebody's bitch every Saturday throughout the
Amen.
entire summer. And, like taking your
Yeah.
box of Goodwill items and trying to make it look good.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I can't. Right.
Yeah.
Like, it just, at some point, you're like, but it took a while. Like,
Yeah.
you got to humble yourself in this industry, be willing to do the stuff you don't want to do so you can do the stuff that you really want to do.
Yeah.
Like, you got to follow people. You got to get paid shitty hours. You got to work 15, 16 hours. Like, you do, if you really want to be in this industry, it is a fuck ton of grit.
Yeah.
But
And
you
the
can do
people
it.
that aren't willing to do that don't make it.
Yeah. There's some people that no longer are with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not
Yeah.
in the best way. In the best way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In a good way. Yeah. I mean, you can't you got to learn the hard way because there's no manual that you can pick up and read, right? Like that's not how it works. And if you don't understand like all the facets of the day, it's really hard to like be groundbreaking or do something innovative because you don't understand like how all the pieces play together, right? Like, so.
And it's completely different in every single region. Like
Yeah.
what we're
Yeah.
doing here in Minneapolis
Very
is
different.
not what they're doing in Dallas. It's
No.
not what they're doing in DC. And there's just like, there's other markets that are like, oh my God, you guys are doing amazing things. And we're like, but look at your rentals. Like, you guys are doing amazing things.
Right.
Like, we don't realize, like, Minneapolis in general, I think we're underestimated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Extremely underestimated. Like
100%.
the amount of talent, and I've traveled, I've done events in different places, different countries, and I'm just like, the amount of talent that we have here is incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
I met with somebody the other day, and they were talking about, like, learning what like the East Coast or the West Coast is doing, and then bringing it here. And I was like, why don't we innovate here?
I think
Stop
we do.
It's like, but it's
Yeah.
like, don't look outside so hard. Like, do some cool shit here and let it grow elsewhere. It's like,
Yeah, I think we do a lot of innovation
We have-
here. It's just that there's certain trends I think that they trickle in from the coasts, and that's what the clients then are seeing and they're looking for, and they don't always like hit here until a little bit later.
but why are we not innovating first? Is what I'm saying.
But I think we are innovating just in different ways that like are not necessarily like what the clients are picking, And I also think we're ahead of the curve when it comes to like vendor relationships. Like other industries
100%.
are not
And
like
that
that.
was my whole point, was like
Yeah.
vendor relationships. Like, we collaborate so much harder than other
1,000%.
networks.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
So it's
And
like, we have a whole thing.
what I don't understand, because I've been talking to other markets, is like they're doing like on average $250,000 weddings on average, and it's like that's considered high end here.
Yeah.
And that's what their average is. And I'm looking at what they're doing, and I'm like, that is technically our low budget weddings, like the stuff that you're providing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it doesn't wow me. And I'm like, and it's just like kind of where the money is, where the region is, and
The money people are willing to pay. Like people
Correct.
have some of the same money here, not all the same money, but some of
Right.
it. But what they're willing to pay for, and I think there's a layer of like modesty that goes into that. That like people here are just like not willing to spend that kind of money on something like that because of some, I don't know, like.
I don't know what the word is. I don't know
Yeah.
what the word is, but I feel that. I feel that because like a lot of the weddings that you see me do, those couples that are doing like the big, bright, colorful things,
Yeah.
they're not from here.
Right.
But they're like, they grew up here, or their parents live here, their family lives here. And so it's like, they're from San Francisco, they're from San Jose, they're from Chicago, and they're like, yeah, we want to do big things. And those clients I also love because you tell them like, this is what it costs, and they're like, okay, check signed. Whereas the other people are like, well, why is floral
Right.
$30,000?
Because it's $30,000 worth of floral.
Thank you. That and the labor and the processing and everything that goes into it.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of like my pinpoints. It's like the client's unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
Like, we're not trying to fuck you guys over.
No.
Believe me, because our reputation matters too. We got to put food on the table though too. So when we do a wedding, we are trying to connect you with the people that we know are tried and true. They're going to show up. Your wedding's not going to look like shit. Like, we are not Minnesota in a region. We're not the region to like nickel and dime you just for
No.
shits and giggles. Like, oh, I'm going to get a kickback, so I'm going to use that vendor. Like, no one here gets kickbacks.
No.
Right? You go overseas,
Yeah.
like to Italy, for example, every vendor there gets kickbacks.
Right.
And if they hire an American planner, they will call you out and like call the police on you if you don't have a work visa, which is nearly impossible to get
Right.
in the time that you have a wedding. And they will have you leave the premises because they're like, no, that vendor normally gets a kickback. They don't want the money to go to the U.S. It's insane.
Yeah.
So, a lot of stuff we don't see behind closed doors. But anyways, what I'm trying to do is, yes, let's get those ideas from the coast. Let's get those ideas from those bigger regions. But just like kind of just fly on the wall. What are they doing? What works well? What doesn't? What corresponds to what we really want to see here? And then like boost the people that we have here, boost the talent that we have here, because our big planners, our big vendors, they're going elsewhere because those clients aren't here for them. So it's like, how do we put Minneapolis back on the map as a place where it's like I said before, that they want to get married here. They want to work with these vendors. Like, we have incredible talent.
Yeah.
But we're also oversaturated in a lot of aspects. Maybe not so much as like decor rentals
Right.
or AV. We don't have a lot of that. But in the planner,
we don't have a lot of AV.
not compared to most
Yeah.
other regions.
Is it just because it's underutilized by the planners?
Maybe we're not educated in AV.
That's 100% part of it, but
You know?
that's where I'm like, there's plenty of companies, right,
Because-
guys? Right, guys?
But, like,
I can speak on that.
There's a lot of companies.
Right, but it's like when we do an event for educational stuff, for networking and whatever else, whatever you're going to, where is the conversation where it's like, this is how you make a room look like this based on this, or this is how you engage? Like, we don't have ever any AV talks on how to.
I don't usually see a lot of wedding AVs. I think it's more.
Remember we
corporate
talked about
AVs.
We
this.
did talk about
We
this.
talked about this.
Yeah.
I think AV is not brought into the conversation early enough. Almost always. I can see those guys. I agree with that. But I really do think that it's like, hey, I want to do this cool thing and this and that, and then I want to bring AV into it. Instead, it should be like, okay, I need to work with an AV company, and you tell them the fucking master plan. And then they help you create all that stuff, and then you plug in other vendors once you have some of that other because AV is design. So you need to be thinking about AV in your design.
Yeah, and I think a lot of planners aren't at that point yet where they understand how the AV components can elevate a design in that way, or like create a design in that way, like because they think of it in the hardware of the flowers, the linens, the plates, the candles.
Right, but none of that matters if you don't have the proper lighting.
Yeah,
and then you get a
absolutely.
photographer in there and you're like, oh, that wasn't what we created. And it was like, well, because it wasn't properly captured, the lighting wasn't there. Oh, the dance floor didn't feel like it was supposed to because the band wasn't
lighting
there.
wasn't
So
there.
like
there's a lot.
controlled lighting. Actually, this is part of our conversation that a month or two ago, whatever. But you showed me a example, which we don't need to show, but like
Did I? No, see, now I
you
don't
showed me
remember.
an example, and you're like, this didn't meet my expectation, and it just wasn't lit properly. Was it not? It was like an entryway, and it was supposed to be an experience,
Yes.
and it wasn't lit properly. And it's like, well, first of all the lights are full blasted. Any uplights don't do
I
shit.
remember it
so
was
you need
yes, I
first of
remember
all
what
you
that
need
is.
controlled lighting. You guys jump in anytime here, but like you need first of all to be able to control the environment that you're in, right? To set the mood, control that lighting.
Exactly. It's setting the mood, and like the proper lighting does that so easily.
And if
Or
you
it
don't,
can.
if it's like trying to project on a wall when you're in broad daylight, like you're never going to see it. So if you have all the lights at 100%, it's like you're never going to see the ambient lighting. It's like you have to start at basically 0 and like have full control of all the lighting. And in most cases, it's like you don't want any house lighting.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you have table pieces
Yeah.
that you want to be like a
Pin spotting and stuff. Yeah.
a big part of it, then you need that
Yeah,
ambient
there are-
lighting.
I agree with that. There are installs that I do that are epic, but then it's like you get the photo back and you're like, well, that didn't work because there's no lighting. Like you can't.
That's a twofold thing then. It's like maybe somebody didn't know how to capture it with a photo.
True.
They're probably shooting on auto or whatever. Or just not.
Not all photographers know how to light things, like it's a skill.
It is a hard skill, and lighting is very difficult to work in, especially with photography, because you might have different light sources. And it's a huge thing where you have like a blue light, like natural light or something. And then you have like this orangish yellow light on the other side of the room, and those conflict, right? This happens all the time.
You're literally talking about like one of the shoots we did where we had to like play with 2 separate sides of the room, which was hilarious.
Almost every shoot we do is that.
Yeah.
It's like we're battling. So video is hard because you're balancing like white balance, basically.
Yeah, the white balance is
the white
is
balance.
just
So
different
like
kelvins
the
in
color
each
white
room.
on your jacket can be different in different light. It might look more orange or blue or whatever, and it's like different lighting sources. So here we have actually a couple different lighting sources, but they kind of blend, I think, probably pretty well. But like, I mean, that plays a huge factor. And then you put up lights and LEDs and all kinds of shit in the mix, and it's.
I mean,
I
we
think
have
it's
our
hard to
lighting
capture
set at a
photography.
specific Kelvin.
Ours
it's
are.
all
Ours are.
balanced.
Yeah, but like when I'm looking at them,
Yeah.
like that one
For
looks a
those who
little
don't
more
know,
blue
Kelvin
than this
is color
one or whatever.
temperature.
Yeah, but
So I think we can chalk it up as there's definitely some more education
Yeah.
that needs to go into
100%.
the actual execution, because like as we're pushing these event boundaries and we're asking ourselves, well, why aren't we this or why aren't we that? And it's like, well, we're slacking in some areas, and AV is one of them.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know what I told you, but I told you it was like you got holes in your game. But only like
Who's you
I
guys?
think it wasn't you. I
was talking
remember
about
this
all y'all.
conversation. I remember this conversation.
all y'all. No, I'm
Yes.
just kidding. It was my whole theory was like, hey, just bring AV into it earlier, get input on.
What's your recommendation? What is your recommendation? Like, when do you bring in AV? I booked my venue.
When
now
do you
what?
usually bring them in right now?
Right now?
I feel like they're a last thought.
Not for me.
That's how it feels in our industry.
It does
feels
feel
like a
that way,
last
yeah.
thought. And being in AV and working in things, it's like all these pop-up things. It's like, this is something that should have been thought about 4 months ago.
Well, and
and it's like, you guys are asking us 2 weeks out to do this thing.
Yeah.
It's like, that's where it feels very last minute on a lot.
Well,
of
and even like
aspects.
when you talk about it, you show up on site and it still changes. Like they're like, oh, can we put it here and here? It's like that should have been figured out a while ago.
Yeah.
You guys are also hella expensive.
Yeah, I was just about to say
It's
that's
not for
like
everybody.
expensive.
It's not for everybody. But when you want to take it, I think when you want to take an event to the next level, AV's the move. I think that's the move to take it to the next level. I think you can only get so cool with some uplights and some fucking other shit. At a certain point, you need to go to AV. Like, if you have a great floral installation and you don't have the right lighting to light it,
Right.
you're fucked.
Right.
And it looks like shit. And
It
it might look,
does.
the photographer might be able to do it somewhat justice. But I think at the same point, it's like, if you just lit it properly from the beginning, it would look better. I've heard stories of people lighting a floral installation with all the floral hanging on the bottom, and they lit it from here. You know, and it's like, you're not going to see the,
Right.
you know, it doesn't, you're lighting the wrong side of it. So it's like,
So you think
You gotta
that we
think
should
about
have AV walkthroughs at venues? Like, we should have an AV walkthrough, not just a planner walkthrough or whatever, an AV walkthrough. And
I feel like you know the answer to that.
of course, I know the answer to that, but I'm experienced. So I know that it's important. I know it's necessary. How do we educate everybody else? Like, what is our role in this? We just like, oh, fuck you, figure it out.
Well, I think that's where things like, and I do want to talk a little bit about WIPA, but I think that's where like ILEA and WIPA come into play. Like, this is where that is like really the main source of education that anybody's going to get is from those kind of associations. So I am really curious to hear about how
They're learning it from this podcast right now.
Oh, wow.
We just taught them.
We did.
I'm curious to hear how the WIPA conversation got started here locally, the chapter got started, and
Totally.
like how that all it came into play.
Okay, I'm just going to be real, and I'm not throwing anybody
And
under
you
the
don't
bus.
do 100% weddings, though, right?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to.
I do corporate, too.
Yeah. Okay.
WIPA kind of started because we have a couple members on our board that were part of other chapters. They
Explain a little bit more, too, about what it is.
So our main 3 pillars are basically education, connection, so networking, and resources. So making sure that everybody that is in, we just had like our SOP meeting for 4 hours today. So
Nice. You're fresh.
I am. So it's like, if it's not giving people what they need to be successful in their businesses, and it's weddings only.
Yeah.
We're not talking corporate. We're not talking, and it's everybody in this wedding industry. And the best part about WIPA is that you do get access to any other chapter in the nation as a member. So it's like, if you want to go to, I'm just going to say a hoedown in Nashville, you absolutely can, right? But then you get access to like all of their education videos. So if you don't attend North Carolina, they're going to upload it to the WIPA library. You can watch it later. So it's just like a plethora of information. And for what you pay for it, it's just, why not?
Right.
Like, why not? And then you've got people that are doing, they're all the national board is everybody from across the country, right? The VP lives in Jersey. The president lives in Jersey. Sorry, Jax. And then the VP, Mark, he lives in California. So you're getting perspectives from multiple markets. They're telling you what works and what doesn't. They're telling you, when you have these educational seminars, this is what works in a panel, this is what doesn't. So it's just like, you get that access, and then you're like, okay, now what I'm trying to do here is I've honed into like, because my term is only technically a year, maybe a year and a half. I got grandfathered in this year because we started late. But just to kind of educate and bring those resources to Minneapolis. But then also here we have this like, we have a clique. We have a clique system here. You're either really good and you're in the group, or you're not. And then you've got the people that do cultural weddings, and then you got people that do this. And it's like, how do we bring all of those people together for the same goal? We're still teaching the seasons. Planners, they still feel challenged. They still feel like they can get something out of it. But then how do you inspire those that are like, I've only been doing this for 3 years.
Right.
And I'm just getting my feet wet. I know nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like bridging that gap between the two is really what I'm trying to create here. But like how it got started was like, 2 members decided like, hey, I think Minneapolis really needs something here. And so they started a chapter without me. And then I'm going to throw Tim under the bus because I love him. But Tim Thornton Films,
Okay.
he sent me a text and he's like, I will bribe you with anything if you join the steering committee. And I was like, I'm really easy bribed. Like chocolate cake, red wine, that's it. Swear to God, 2 days later, I'm in your lobby at your office. And he brings up chocolate cake and a bottle of wine. And I was like, all right, so I'm in. So I jumped on the steering committee, had no idea. Like, it was just kind of like when you're sick from school for a week and then everybody knows what they're doing and you're just walked in the classroom.
Yeah.
That's how it felt. And I was like, hold on, I'm trying to like digest all of this. But everybody on that group was like super passionate. It was kind of chaotic trying to figure out, because we didn't have our board slates and stuff like that. And it was just like, they were like, National was trying to tell us, you don't have to do something crazy for your town hall. Just get people to show up. It could just be literally one
And
backdrop
you're like, I'm
curtain.
not doing that. I'm doing something dope.
Do you know who the fuck I am?
Yeah, I know you.
We ain't doing that.
Yeah.
We are not doing that. So I was like, and Minneapolis too. I was like, the best way you're going to get the people's attention here is to show them the potential of what we've got. And the feedback from WIPA Town Hall was incredible.
It was cool.
It was cool. And that was just like the tip of the iceberg. Mind you, we had a very minimum budget.
Right.
So imagine what we could do with the connections and the resources that we have now. And that is what I'm trying to bring here, right? Trying to bring like that valuable education when you leave a network, because we're all busy.
Yeah.
We're overbooked, underpaid, all that stuff, right? We go to a million networking events. I want you to walk away with like action steps. Like, okay, for me, I need to do this to take my business to the next level. Or I really want to connect with this person. Now I have their contact information. I'm going to meet them for coffee. Like, my goal is that wherever you are in your job, your career, where you want to take your business, because not everybody wants to be luxury. Some people are just happy being booked every weekend.
Right. Some people got a day job and they just want to do weekend day coordinator.
But we want to meet you where you are.
Right.
And I want you to feel like you can come to me and say, hey, this is where I'm at in my business. Great. What are your goals? I speak in pictures. I hate writing goals. I'd rather eat spiders. I swear to God. I hate writing goals. It's the worst for me.
Bring out the spiders.
No, I'm so serious. I'm so serious. So what I do is I create a Pinterest board and like, this is my vision. This is how I speak. And so if that's how you communicate, great. I just want you to be successful.
Yeah.
And however I can help you accomplish that, if I got to connect you with so-and-so to do so-and-so, let's do that. Maybe it's not here. Maybe there's someone in Chicago or Cincinnati or Denver that's going to give you what you need.
Yeah.
That is what that's about.
It's cool too. Our conversation that we had, you were talking about the next generation. And I think that's part of this conversation, right? It's like, how do you get the next generation to be up into the same level as like what we're doing? Or how do you mold them to, I don't know, whatever. Just next generation. What are they doing?
Well, I feel really old when I say the next generation,
You
right?
said it, though.
I know.
You said it. I was like,
but it's
dang,
real.
she old.
It's real. But it's real because I'm not doing this until I'm 70, 60 even, right? Like, I want to be on a beach somewhere. Not just, and it's just money is just making money when I'm sleeping. So who is going to take my place? Who is going to fill in the shoes of Bella Mystique? Who's going to fill in the shoes of Lane Palm? Who's going to fill in the shoes of Gretchen? Like those
Good
big
name drops.
Yes,
Good
same.
name drops.
You too, Rochelle, Style Architects. Got to say that too, right? Yeah. Ashley Sky. Those people. Who's going to fill in those shoes when we are done?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How are we training them? How are we preparing them? And also, most importantly, what can we learn from them?
Absolutely.
Because
like
they know a whole nother realm of shit.
It's different now.
Yeah.
and they have their own
changing.
whole, and the thing is like we've brought it to this point, and then they're starting ahead of the game from where we were when we started out, and then like I think when you become a little bit of like an OG in the industry, you have to be like more intentional about trying to meet some of these younger folks and like people who are kind of newer. And Lane Palm had a Christmas party that was really lovely, and I was lucky I got sat at a table with a bunch of kind of younger people in the industry that I didn't know. And at first I was like, oh, none of my friends are here. But then I was like, actually, this is good for me. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, and I made some really great connections, and we ended up doing this incredible styled shoot at Hollywood that like sort of came out of that conversation.
I saw that. It was good.
The Cinema Lux.
Yes, that was good.
Incredible.
Leah, your cake was phenomenal.
Oh my God, it was like 7-8 feet tall. We're going to just show a little pop-up of this because it was just incredible.
It was like she is underrated on her talent.
Yeah. So, and it was a huge collaboration. There was a ton of vendors involved in it. I don't even want to start because I'll forget people and then I will feel like I left them out. But there were so many people involved in it that did an amazing job. And it was like
What was the premise or whatever? Like?
Cinema Lux. So it was very like old Hollywood feeling, but very modern at the same time.
Okay.
They did beautiful draping. They did incredible lighting. It was very thoughtful. It was like, someone was describing it recently in like a comment or a reel or something that they were saying that like it was intentionally thought out from a cinematic sort of point of view, you know, which is different when you're doing a styled shoot as opposed to like a real wedding. Like you can't necessarily do all the same things, but just having that sort of like lens on it was so interesting and so cool. And they already had the idea before I like even made connection with them. And I think they were already thinking about the Hollywood, but because we sat together and I sent them an email afterwards and was like, how can we work together? Like you guys were so fun. Like and it just sort of came out of that. And so learning those things from those newer people that are coming into the industry, like letting them like show us how to do some new things, some cool things that they're like more on the pulse of, because I'm tired. Like I can't keep up with everything.
Yeah,
You know?
there's apps out there. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for my kids, they're the ones like, you need to download this app. Like, what is that? I have no idea
See,
what
it
that
sounds
is.
like they're already good. They're shaping it already.
They are.
But
Well,
I don't know if
but
they
at
need our
the
help.
same time,
I don't know that they need our help.
they do though. They need it. Hold on.
Well,
like I
sure,
appreciate
some
your talent.
assistance, but hey,
I appreciate your
I'm
talent,
not talking about my
But
talent.
there's like you just Minnesota's kind of like you got to slowly introduce us, right? We're like it's cold water. We got to tiptoe in,
steps
baby
into
steps
the
in. You
pool.
can't just dive into that stuff. We're gonna.
Oh, I'm
they're
all
gonna-
about hopping in that cold plunge right now. Nowadays.
Yeah, but you're an OG. We can handle it. They can't handle it. They're too sensitive.
Well, and it's like the mentorship thing of it, right? It's like they've got the amazing ideas, they've got the energy, you know, they can handle it.
Well, it's like the new market.
Yeah, and it's being there to support that, really. Like I feel like that's my role as somebody who's like older in the industry. It's like you got a lot more of things than I can even think about, but how can I support making that happen? Because then it helps me by helping you, you know.
Right. I mean, one of my brides that I have right now, she's like, "Oh, I found this on Reddit, and I found this on TikTok, and I'm like, hold on, is it credible?"
Right.
And it might be, but it's like that's not stuff that we are used to. And so, yes, we need to be flexible and adaptable. That there's a new generation up and coming.
But you
and
still have to vet.
Yeah. We do. It's like, but by the way, this is how we do shit because this is how we do shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you need to make sure that people are really going to do what they say they're going to do, and they're not just like, you know, creating
Coming up
some
with an
AI
idea, and
image
then
or
there's
something.
some bullshit,
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, even just there was a planner. I actually don't want to call it any names, but there was a planner recently who posted, and you guys might have seen it, that she was doing a wedding, and it was like a newer videographer, and they just no-showed him.
The videographer no-showed them?
There's been a lot of no-shows in this industry lately.
Are we... I would like to know who that is.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Event Life TV would never do that.
No. It was, it was really wild, and I was like, I actually was really proud of her. She posted. It was Ashley Sky. I'll just say that she posted that they did it, and she called them up by name. And I was like,
great for her.
Exactly.
You
like
need to do that.
That's like such a
What
Minnesota
the-
nice thing to not want to like, you know, stir the pot or like, you know, rock the boat or call somebody out. But I was like, I'm glad you did that because like people need to be taken, like they need to be accountable.
We need to know who's credible and who's not.
Yeah,
correct.
Did they ever state why?
I asked her and she said no, but I mean, I didn't
Wow.
follow up on it. But yeah, as of like that evening, I don't think they heard anything. And I'm not to say
shit
like
can happen. Let's
people,
be real.
yeah, like
shit can happen. but
Life's right.
damn.
Like, you know, they may have had like a really intense emergency that like we don't know about, and something happened, and that would be awful and terrible. But also, that's why you need to have some contingencies in place, and that's where like people who've been in the industry that know what they're doing come into play and can be supportive of that. You know. Like teaching people how to like have those redundancies and those processes in place.
I think that is probably the most important skill in this industry is creative problem solving. Like you're going to see everything and you're going to learn as you go. And it's just like, how can I pivot? How can I make sure that this,
I think
this
you
is
have
what
to like solving problems.
you don't have
in
a,
the way that we do. We
don't have
like
a
that
choice.
chaos. I
We don't
feel
have
like
a
we
choice.
like that chaos.
The
though, a
adrenaline.
little bit.
oh my God, is it childhood trauma?
Is
that it? Is
We
that-
do have a trauma bond.
I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. Sorry, I'm just jumping in here. The whole, you have to like creative problem solving. I don't think you have to like it. Like, you can definitely
Did
not
I say
like
you have to, or did I say you? I think we like it. I don't know what I even said, but
Okay, well,
I do think
that we like the adrenaline. Or we like
I do
the
think
challenge.
it's like part of the excitement of it, right? It's like
I
being
don't know.
able to.
I don't like personally. I don't like having to problem solve something creatively because something was missed or something like that. I'd like to
Well,
have the
definitely
plan
not
that
when
I put in
something's
place
missed,
work.
but I think it's like
Right.
at a normal wedding, like all of a sudden the timeline's 15 minutes behind.
Yeah,
How do we get ahead? You know, it's like creative
Something
problem
you couldn't
solving.
have planned for.
Yeah, I don't necessarily
Can we
like
s-
it, but I do
Can
enjoy.
we cut out speeches?
I mean,
I'm over it.
Speeches at a wedding.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
I'd like to
we're
be able
done
to
with
get
them?
like
We're
a giant
fucking done with
shepherd
it.
hooks and just
Done.
pull them
It
off.
does kill the
Done.
vibe.
It kills the vibe. well, if you don't know me by now, my name is, well, fuck, we know you.
I'm
Your
the
name's
roommate
on
of
the
the
program.
groom.
We
And
know
then
that you're the best man.
7
obviously.
inside jokes
Yeah.
that
It's
nobody gets.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, when I met her, I was obsessed, and I'm just like, nobody gives a fuck.
It's one of those traditional things. So it's like, I think we are moving towards getting rid of most traditions because like not that much is traditional anymore. It's like most people are like, no, like we do this because we like that, but it's not really a tradition of ours.
Well, why not start new traditions?
That's, or just don't call them traditions and just do whatever the fuck
Yeah,
you want.
fair enough.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, are they going to even be called weddings anymore?
Yeah, I was
It's just
gonna
like,
say.
what path are we really going down at this point?
Well, I mean, a lot could be said about that, right? About not doing weddings. Yeah, I don't do weddings. I wanted to ask you though, what do you think one of the biggest misconceptions for clients is for like hiring a full planning company?
That's a tough one. They think we're too expensive, and they think we're just unnecessary. Like, I can do the
Because
planning
like Auntie
myself.
could do it. Like 20 years ago, they could have done it
Right.
or something.
So
right?
there's like, oh, no, we can find a photographer, we can find a DJ, we can find all this stuff. And it's like, yes, you can. However, the person that you find, do they know ABC? Can they produce this? What are they providing? What are they bringing? What does their contract say? And I do a lot of that with my destination weddings. Oh my God. Are they like, we can find a venue. I found this one on TikTok, for example. And it's like, then they get the contract. They go,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah. Did you not realize that? I don't want to call this AV company out, but did you realize like their in-house AV is this company, and that is going to be 50% of your wedding budget?
Oh, we already know.
Encore.
Oh my god! We were literally like,
Yes.
Sorry,
we know
Encore.
exactly. Did
Yes,
you know it's this
everyone
company?
in the
We're just
room
like,
knew
we
exactly
fucking know
who
what
we
company
are.
it is.
Yes. Sorry, guys.
That's-
Listen,
I'm sorry. I got
nobody-
no fuck.
no one
I
lives in
got
any delusion
skin in the
that
game.
Encore
Yeah.
is
And it's
a monopoly.
and it's just
We went to Hawaii
crazy.
and they were there, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing in Hawaii?" They were
Well,
there.
they're in like every
Yeah,
hotel.
they're everywhere.
They are. They definitely have a hotel monopoly, and it's the crazy part is it's like these hotels and sell these weddings for it's only going to cost you $3,500 or $13,000 for 100 people, and then it's like, wait till you get the nickel and dime contract, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. It's like we have seen it all as a planner. We have seen it all. We've seen every contract. You know, floral sees flowers.
Right.
Photography sees photography. We see photography, floral, timelines, bridal, hair and makeup.
Yeah.
We see it all. So it's like when you hire us, we're like, you need to tell them this. Make sure that you have this. Da-da-da. Oh, I didn't think about that. I don't know how many times someone would say that to me. I'd probably be a millionaire right now. Like, oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Because you're not seasoned to. Like, we have done this. And we are not here to nickel and dime you. And that's the problem is that people think that, oh, if I hire a planner, I only get X amount of hours and this and this and this. And it's like,
It's the experience that you were buying.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. Just because I can hammer a nail into some wood doesn't mean I can build my own house,
That's true.
right? Like I need somebody
No,
who.
just kidding.
I mean,
I know you
too.
can't,
Yeah, I think of the two of us, I could. But
I don't think
no,
you
I'm
could.
just kidding.
I think you'd get halfway
But
there.
there are planners that have
couldn't reach the rest.
certain. God.
Rude, but also
Let's get
true.
you back,
but also
asshole.
true.
Get you in your bag. All right. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
There are definitely a handful of planners that have certain skill sets.
yeah.
So depending on what you're looking for in a planner too, right? Like I'm not for everybody.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, well, I don't need someone to fully design my wedding and do all of that. That's fine. Maybe you just need a coordinator. Maybe you just need someone that's really heavy in logistics and design's not important to you. There are a million different versions of a wedding planner.
Let's dissect that just a little hair. So it's like, I think most commonly you got your full planning. You're like, what is it? Month out. And then you get your like day of coordinator.
It better not be a month out anymore. There's too many logistics. If you're not doing 3 months out,
Okay, so let's talk about that and just go over that a little bit and like why that sucks.
What, month of planning?
Or just even just only hiring a day of coordinator or whatever.
Well, here's another thing. Do not show up in someone's inbox asking for day of coordination. So you're asking someone to basically organize your bullshit. And like I said before, your Goodwill box of things and make it look good. And you only want to pay them $1,000. Fuck you.
I love you right now.
Oh, yeah.
I love you right now.
How dare you? The unrealistic expectations
Yeah.
that you have for somebody. And believe me, we are trying our best. But at some point, it's like you really can't make shit look good.
Yeah.
When it is what it is. And some people are really great at it.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I've got a binder and here's everything. But it's just like, let's not underestimate the day of coordinators.
Yeah, no, it actually literally showing up for just day of is insane. I don't know how people do it. Like, I would need at least like a week to like.
Oh, you're walking into a mess and then you have to decipher all the fucking bullshit.
And they're always
Right.
like, I got it all organized. And you get there like, I don't understand any of this. Like,
Yeah,
none of
because they
it.
put all the totes that they put their shit in, they're all labeled wrong or something.
Right.
It's like, I don't know how they labeled
Well,
it.
even so, they're not the people that do their own weddings. Some, again, this is not everybody, but a majority of people, they don't understand layout. They don't understand timing. Like, oh, I already did my timeline. And it's like, you didn't leave enough room for you. It's like, where are you going to go potty? I don't even see you going to the bathroom in this
Right,
timeline.
right.
Like, it doesn't take 30 minutes to feed 200 people. It takes an hour.
Yeah.
And you're assuming your caterer is on top of it. Like,
Yeah.
there are things that people just don't know. You don't know because you've never done this before.
and you also don't need a 6-hour dance. Like,
Jesus.
I mean,
3 or
no
4
one
hours.
wants a 6-hour dance. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care how much you like to
Cut
get
the
down.
I'm here for cutting the speeches. I'm so here for it.
I love that you say that. Actually, that's a good take, I would say.
I
What?
mean,
You guys
Hit or miss.
personal?
It's a hit or miss on who.
It's
whoever's
always hit or
talking.
miss, but
I
I
like my sister-in-law's wedding. Like, it's the only wedding I shot and the only wedding I will ever shoot. Do not ask me to do any weddings. But
His Instagram
you're
handle
still on
is
Event Life TV right now. Great job.
you're
Just
right.
kidding.
So-
No, we outsource.
Yeah,
event
so,
weddings.
But some people have some really great speeches, like
I think-
like burying the groom type of
Yeah.
speeches, and I think they're pretty great.
But it's like the speeches that have the slideshow.
Yeah, no.
And then
Oh,
we
what?
met in college.
Yeah.
I don't.
when I was
give
in
a-
third grade, I met
Right?
Johnny.
I think
Right?
I think
Or whatever
speeches
it's
should be
like,
reserved for people who
Know how to speak?
are good speakers and understand like that they have a certain time frame and like those kind of things. Like you can't just let people like go
The
nuts.
time frame thing is great. They're like, yeah, I told my dad to keep it to 5 minutes, and then it's like 20 minutes later,
Yeah.
dude's still chirping on. Yeah, she was in 9th grade, and I saw her at a volleyball tournament, and I told her, or it's just like, yo, shut the fuck up already.
Yeah, but I do love.
I
like-
did a segment once on my Instagram about how long an actual speech is supposed to be.
I saw that.
Yes.
I saw your.
Yeah, even 5 minutes is
I
insane.
creep on your
like
shit.
5 minutes is. I think that's what social media.
No, it's not.
I mean-
it's honestly how long you can keep this glass at or above eye level.
Yeah.
Let's
no.
do
I
a
mean, I
challenge.
was,
That's it. That's it.
Let's
Like as soon
challenge.
as you drop it below eye level, your speech is technically over. Like go look at the history. Of
I
what
did
an
see
actual-
this. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that-
think that's great because like eventually, like after like a minute, your arms like
Exactly.
fuck this.
Then you're
Yeah, no.
done. You're done
Yeah,
talking.
5 minutes is far too long. Honestly, like people definitely need to have.
Well, it's like don't say I'm raising a toast till you're about to raise that toast. Like, come on now.
And we also here's something I'll agree with you. Not everybody after every speech raises a toast. One person at the very end who is last can raise the toast. I feel like I can't keep cheering every time someone does a speech.
Actually, Benny, who was just here,
Benny.
he did that at the last wedding. He made an announcement as a DJ. Love DJs that know what they're doing. He was like, we're going to raise a toast, but we're going to wait till the end of speeches. Like, he made that announcement. I did not have to prompt him. And I was like, 5 fucking stars for you. People that can read the room.
Benny knows what's up.
He does.
He can hang
Yes.
too.
That's why it's important to hire pros.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, going back to that whole conversation of like wedding planners and coordinators and things like that, like people offer different packages. At the very least, yes, you need someone to help you organize your day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they should be, if not, just as like compensated as your partial and your full planning. Like that is a lot of stuff that you're asking them to do in record time.
Yeah.
Just pay the money and have somebody take care of all the shit.
Right. And just be grateful. Because there's a lot of people that will pay for a day of coordinator and they're like, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do this. Bitch, I'm here. God.
Yeah.
So.
I love it.
Like,
I love it.
sorry.
I love
I'm
it.
so tired. I'm so tired. That's not a service I offer anymore without design. Sorry, guys.
So you only offer pretty much full service.
I will offer coordination as long as it's with design.
Yeah.
Because then I know that all the stuff that goes into it, I know where it goes. I know how it's supposed to be set up because I'm not going to go through your Google Docs and figure out how many candles are supposed to be on each table. And God forbid if you have burlap or eucalyptus, I'm not your person. That's it.
I want to talk about trends
Okay.
because I feel like that's a good segue.
Yeah, I think too though that like the one thing I will say too is like this is a room of privileged people who do a certain level of weddings, and like you're not for everybody, which is great, and not everybody is for any of us, and like I feel like we've worked in a few more like budget sort of friendly places now where it is harder for people to like hire a planner or hire something like that, and it's so aspirational like what you do, and it's good that there's not every client is yours, right? But I do think raising the bar in general is a great thing. Like I think that's always great. And like
my pitfall is really hard for me. It's going to bite me in the ass. It's really hard for me to tell somebody, no, I can't help you. That is my pitfall because I'm like, oh, we only have X amount of dollars to spend on this. And I'm like, my creative brain is like, but we could do it like this.
Yeah.
And I don't realize that it's actually going to cost me money to do your wedding versus make money.
And you have to make the money that makes it worthwhile to you.
That's
and
the problem solver too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who don't have the budget for those kind of things, and they do need to like then have realistic expectations, right? That is like the hardest part, I think, sometimes when they don't have the budget for that. But anyways, we can move on to trends.
No, you're good. Trends. What trends do you hate right now? Or love? Hate
Toast.
first. So.
I hate toast.
Hate what?
Toast.
Oh, toast. I thought you said toes. I was like, we need those.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Keep going. Brush past it.
Is there a trend that I hate right now?
You like mason jars? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just stirring
They
the
better
pot.
not. I mean,
I feel like we've moved very far past.
We have moved
I had
far.
a conversation
We have-
earlier today about mason jars.
Yikes.
I mean, and
So they're not past us yet.
I mean, I will say actually, like for some more rural, like barn weddings and stuff, people are still using them, but it's not this level of things.
I mean, okay, so trends in what category? Because there are floral trends, and there are cake trends, and there are design
Whatever
trends.
sticks out in your mind, I guess.
Well, like right now, everybody's trying to make cake the moment, right?
Cake?
Big cakes.
Yeah,
yes.
cakes are having a big
Cakes are
the
back.
Big cakes. Like
Because cakes were
we're
like...
talking
they went away
6
for a
foot tall
minute.
cakes.
Yeah, and or 6 feet long. Or,
Yes, ridiculous
6 feet
cakes.
long.
Yeah, they're doing like these long,
Wide?
wild ones. No,
Yeah.
just long, skinny
They're
ones.
making the cake
Oh,
a moment.
skinny boy?
They're
Why?
making the cake a
What's
moment.
the purpose?
And they're
Yeah,
not
they're just
giving
fun.
the silent cake cutting is off to the side is no longer a thing. They want to make it a production.
So, like, you walk in, you do your first dance, and you go cut your cake. That kind of thing? Or, like, we're talking
But when you cut your
different.
cake, we're talking music is playing. Everybody's watching you.
Lighting.
There's a drone show. Like, who knows what
A
people are
drone
doing?
show.
Yes.
Cool.
That is all. Those drone shows are actually replacing fireworks.
Are you? Yeah, you're talking about the like matrix of drones up in the air.
Yeah, they're replacing
lighting.
traditional fireworks.
Yeah,
I've seen
I
that.
saw
That is
that.
really
but
cool.
I
Yes.
also recently went to I think where Adam lives, Adam from Foes, Delano. I went to fireworks out there on the 4th of July, and they were maybe the best fireworks I ever saw. And I can't see drones doing what they do, but they had gigantic fireballs that shot up from the ground.
I love that.
And I was like 150 yards away, and you could feel the heat, and it was amazing. It was cool. So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I think there's as like a visual concept, I think, yes, they're going to replace some of the traditional firework bullshit, but like some of the pyro type stuff that you sometimes see with fireworks, I don't know that you can replace it. So I don't know. I think there's room for both, but
they might have like noise ordinance, or you can't do fireworks in that spot. Which I mean, I don't know, some of these.
The cost of fireworks is what's replacing
They're also really
Yeah.
bad for the environment.
They are. They are.
so like
That's something
fireworks
that-
cost too much for what they're worth or what
It's
you
like
get out of them.
$2,500 a minute.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
I mean, drones are not cheap, but they're getting cheaper. But they also think the thing that I think that is like when you're actually seeing one in real life, what sometimes you don't see when you're watching the videos is that like a lot of times, I think always
with the
they're-
drone shows.
Yeah, that they're cued to music. And if you hear that like, exciting music swelling and like all of that choreographed like that, I think it can have the same impact as a fireworks show.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
and think of the
fireworks shows?
personalization that you can
The
get with
fireworks
drones.
that I went to had
versus
music
regular
too,
fireworks.
which was kind of interesting. I was
Yeah.
kind
Every dog in like the tri-state area is like cowering under a table somewhere. Like,
I honestly, I used to go to those same fireworks, and they were never as cool as they were this last year. So I'm like,
property taxes are up.
That's a real thing.
that shit though, those bombs of fire or whatever, like the whole shit like started on fire.
I was going to say, are you sure this wasn't just like a domestic terrorism issue? Like, what is,
Yeah.
this doesn't sound great.
Yeah, it was just 100,000 people. No, that was like 8,000 people watching domestic terrorism.
Yeah, it started a whole field on fire. That's not ideal.
I don't know if it started the whole field on fire, but it was like things were burning.
Oh my god.
It wasn't supposed to be a fireball.
No, there was like booms, like bomb, like 5 or 6 fireballs. But like after the
Not
fireball
salt.
went off, the grass was burning.
All right, back to drones.
Yeah, sorry.
Right. Yeah.
That shit
Which
was
is a
fun.
trend. I think we were talking about trends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
reeling it in.
I think I don't know that it'll replace it. Is what I'm saying.
I think it might.
I think
it
I might
might.
agree. I think it might.
I think it might.
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly.
You know what? I
is.
also think that might go out.
It is.
Seating charts.
Well, they do different things though.
I'm predicting
Seating charts?
Seating charts are going to disappear.
You
which
think
I
it's going to
suck.
be open room seating
No, fuck that. It would be hostess style seating.
where you sit? You
No,
at the
you
table?
walk up to a counter and they walk you to your table. Restaurant style.
That's interesting.
I
That's
see
kinda fun.
more of an interactive same. Yeah,
It's like
the
restaurant style.
Yeah, like you walk in. Hi, I'm Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Great, you're at table 3. Let
I've
me
seen
escort
that
you.
a couple times
okay, so
back
you're
in
saying
the day.
getting rid of the seating chart like signs
The
where they have to
physical.
find
Yeah,
their
the
own.
actual
You go to a
display, yeah.
stand and
the
they
host
seat
person
you.
brings it
Correct.
to.
I've actually seen this
That is happening.
at the beach club.
Oh,
Back in the day, we did a couple of weddings where it was similar to that. So
yeah, and I see now more of that interactive where you walk into the wedding and you get everything at once. Your program, your menu, everything is in a little packet, nice and produced for you. Here you go.
here's your backpack.
Pretty much.
There's a swag bag.
As you walk in. But I mean,
Canteen
I just
for
think
later
that
when you're
we are
dehydrated.
trying to revamp how we're doing things. And
Which is cool.
it is. It is. But at the same time, it's like we're also throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I saw this thing at a wedding recently that I was like, if I were to get married again and have a big shindig, I really actually would love to do this. They had like a swag section.
Yes.
Yeah, where they had like
Yes.
branded T-shirts and like, different.
You just like went shopping
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
but,
you
like,
went and
just
got
pick out whatever you want. And
Yeah.
just dip.
Yep.
or
People
whatever,
love,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
merch is a big thing.
Yeah,
Merch is
I
happening.
loved it. I thought it
Merch
was
is
so
happening.
fun and just like favors,
They don't exist.
Yeah, they're just like, no one does that anymore. And if they do, they just, I mean, unless, I don't mind a favor if it's something like edible, right? Like if you're sending people home with like,
That's all you had to say. Edibles.
yeah,
Edible
I mean,
flavors.
edibles also that.
On your way
yeah,
out.
Yeah, speaking
Have
of
a nice
trends,
trip.
yeah, something edible. Like, you know, I had a wedding recently where they did like hot sauce, and like they had bottled their own hot sauce. Very
Oh,
cute.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was very
Love
fun.
that.
Yeah, and it had a little label on it. It was very adorable. We had someone one time where they made their own like limoncello, and they sent everybody home with a little bottle of limoncello.
Take it a step further. Have your guests make it, and then send it home.
Yeah, I mean,
Build your own hot sauce.
Yeah.
Build your own
How do you do
whatever,
that?
whatever. You have a station. You have a station. You have a bar. You have all these different things. You have a live chef that's there to help you. Like those types of things are what's going to
experiential.
experiential, right?
Yeah.
Because not everybody's a dancer.
Right.
We're not having games at a wedding. Don't you dare show up with the deck of cards and dominoes, right? Like
Big Connect 4.
no, Jesus, Jenga, right?
kidding.
Oh my
Like,
god, when those Jengas fall and it's
Oh
like
my God.
an
yeah.
earthquake.
Yes,
It's like the most
yes.
terrifying sound in
But
the world.
that is what's changing, like our traditional. Oh, we're just going to drink and dance until midnight because not everybody does that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, what other interactive things besides the photo booth? Now we're swapping out photo booths and we're doing glam bots and we're doing photo lounges. We're doing
What's
like
a glam bot?
the one that moves. Like you
Oh,
don't move
like
it.
The camera that moves
Yeah.
while you're taking a.
It's not a
It's
360.
a booth.
Yeah.
We had it at ILEA. We had
yeah,
it at
it's like
Star
a
Wars.
it's like a slow mo kind of.
Time
but
and the
also,
Pixels did it.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Now
I know what you're
we got to
saying
work
now.
out the kinks of that because it shouldn't take 5 minutes. It was like a really
I'm
lengthy
sorry,
wait
can you
time.
explain it a little bit further?
It's
I'm
a
still lost.
moving camera.
They do it at like the Oscars.
Where it can, like,
Is this
start
the
up
robo
here.
arm type of
Yes.
deal? Yeah, it's going to take a while. To
It is,
set
it
up.
is. But I see that those are the things that I see upcoming in terms of like the traditional photo booth is going to be out. If it'll be replaced by AI photo booths, it'll be replaced by photo lounges where you get groups of people
Right.
and you style that and
Yeah.
what that looks like. And, you know, it's just a lot of stuff is changing constantly. And it's hard for us planners to keep up with it all. On top of our 50 million emails.
Right.
But I think it's good, which kind of goes back to like, let's pay attention to what the younger generation is doing. Yes, sir. But also, how does it speak to our region? How do we teach it? How do we press it? Does it work? Does it not work? So it's like we're in a really interesting time where it's kind of trial and error.
Yeah.
Kind of like when we first started with cell phones and it's like texting works and it doesn't work. Two-way,
T9.
pagers work. Yeah, right? Like we're in that next phase of the up and coming, which is exciting. It's a little scary for us older folks. But at the same time, like, what can we learn? How do we teach them this is how we've been doing things, but we're also open to new ideas.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to shut them out. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Young kids drive me crazy. Like
I have a question about being afraid of trying new things, because I think that just has everything to do with like when you start. Can you turn it down? Sorry. When you start building something at the very beginning, you're willing to take risks because there's not much to lose. But once you've built something and it's built, I feel like it's harder to take those risks because you're looking at, if it doesn't work, what happens? What changes?
do you think that's just an ego check?
What do you mean?
An ego check.
No, I know what an ego check means. I'm asking how does that work with being afraid of losing something versus being afraid of, or not being afraid of losing something, because you have nothing to lose.
I mean, whoa. Say that again.
So you have nothing to lose, so you don't have anything to be afraid of.
You always have something to lose deep down inside. I think you always have something to lose, whether it's your brand reputation,
Yeah.
whether it's a client review, whether it's a fucking paycheck. You
Yeah.
always have something to lose.
Or
But
other
I-
vendors.
But
Correct.
that's the point I mean
But I
right
think
there.
the biggest turning point is knowing that you're humble enough to fuck it up and do better next time. I think that is what's going to keep you going in terms of like not being stuck in that fear of like, you can't be like, oh, I'm so well established. I'm not taking on this client. I'm not doing A, B, and C. I don't want to push this boundary. I'm good here, which is fine to be in a good comfort zone. But to really, I don't know how to really say this, but like to push the next level of stuff, if that's where you want to go, you have to be like good inside yourself and being like, you know what? I might have to take 10 steps backwards to take one giant leap forward. And I'm not afraid of that. Like, you've got to have some type of level of confidence in yourself. Like, I'm going to fuck it up, but I will figure it out. Does that answer your question, or am I totally off base?
So, well, no. I'm trying to get to your understanding and like kind of wrap it around. I think what I'm hearing is less of like, don't be afraid to make you're gonna make a mistake and you're just gonna have to accept it, but more like, what was the last thing you said? That's what was kind of sticking with me. I was trying to understand a little bit better.
In terms of just now?
Just now.
Like not being afraid to fuck it up, because you know
10
that...
step back, 1 step forward.
Yes, yeah.
Giant
It's
leap
okay to
forward,
take 10 steps backwards to take
don't be
one
afraid.
giant leap forward.
That's not what then you said one more thing right at the end of that, and that's where I was kind of like lost.
I don't know. I've had a glass and
You
a
got
half
the
of
video. You
wine.
gotta roll it back.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll that shit back.
No, but I mean, I think we've talked about this in the past a couple times, but one of the things I think that is important, because it gets easier to do that the more established you are, in part because you have the relationships and the people that you know that won't let you fail, right? Like, you have, like, if you are taking a risk at an event, you know you have like people that want you to succeed as well, and that will help to make something work, right? You've got like AV partners, you've got venue partners, you've got people who, you know, like, if you're taking this risk and you're worried about XYZ happening or not happening, like, there's going to be people there who have your back.
Vendor relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But if you're first starting out...
Is that the click, though?
Huh?
Is that the click, though?
No. I think the click is the people that call on the same people over and over and over again, versus giving someone else a chance to
like
prove
that.
themselves. And I'm going to say that because when I first started out in this industry, I went to a TC WEP thing. That's all we had for networking back then. And
What is that, though?
Twin Cities
You
Wedding
gotta-
and Event
'cause not
Professionals.
everyone knows, yeah.
Twin
Yeah.
Cities Wedding and Event Professionals. I went to one of their things. That was like the only thing that we had before,
Yeah.
like ILEA and all that stuff was here. And I went to those meetings, and it was a networking thing, but it was like I didn't belong. And if I didn't belong, people didn't know who I was. No one even talked to me. And everybody did talk in circles. And it's like hard to approach some people when it's like the circle is closed off. And I'm like, okay, well, I had to prove myself time and time and time again. I remember like my dream goal was to do a style shoot at the machine shop. I was like, that is my goal. If I do a style shoot at the machine shop, I've made it. Like, what? Like, now I'm just like, oh, it's the machine shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying that, you know, they're not
No.
prestige, but like, that's like that level of thinking. And for me, it was like, if you didn't have the connections, what are you going to do for me? Like, why am I going to blink an eye at you? Why should I care about you? Like, we do have that mentality here where it's like, yeah, you're an up and coming planner, or a photographer, but your work isn't that great. So I'm not going to have you shoot any of my shit. So what? Get your regular photographer and say, hey, I really want you to teach them. And I don't care if I got to invest and I'll pay you. If I got to pay you to teach them, it's just going to make our industry a better place at the end of the day. Again, we're going to fizzle out. And if we don't teach them, we're fucked. Now we're attending shitty events, and it's our fault because we didn't teach them how to do it right. Like, I get it. You've got your go-to. If there's an emergency, you call so-and-so. Like, this fell through. I've got this person. They've got my back. But if we don't give other people the chance, we might miss on a really great opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, we can't be afraid to, like, yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but, like, if that person is willing to put in get in the trenches and work it out, like, give them that opportunity. Like, we just, like, you've only got X amount of followers, I'm not going to talk to you. Like, we can't.
Yeah, I think that's a weird way of looking at relationships, is like, if you're basing your relationships on followers, I think that's pretty
There's
fucked.
a lot of corporations that do that.
It's funny because I know behind the scenes some of the companies that I look at as in some of the highest regard, they don't do any advertising at all. They're not even barely on social. They have a social, but they're silent. They don't need to fucking do the advertising
Sure.
stuff.
Sure. But even like an established planner trying to tap into a higher end market or luxury market, that is one thing they look at. Is
I
like,
don't think that's real though.
it is, because I can't say
Some
the company that's
a
done it to
boutique
me.
planning company that we've worked with, they don't advertise at all, and they're doing some of the biggest events around the world.
Are they the venue though?
No,
Okay. Are they a hotel chain though?
no.
Okay. So
They're
there's a
planning,
difference.
They're a planning company.
Okay, planning company's one thing.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like if you're a planner and you're trying to tap into luxury venues or where luxury clients are, right? They turn around and be like, well, what are you going to do for us? Because obviously they have the space and we can't have an event without the space.
Mm-hmm.
But in Minnesota, you got X amount of followers and it's like, oh, well, you're not that popular if you don't have 13,000 followers. But it's like, have you seen my shit though? Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like we're not giving.
It's weird that we base our shit on.
I mean, I
social
think
media.
that there's definitely companies that are doing that. There's also some that are definitely not doing that, and it may come across in that way, or it could look that way because of like people not working with certain people. But some of it comes down to just like, as a venue, you get a lot of asks, like so many asks, and you have to be mindful of your resources the same way that anybody does, of like, where am I going to get the most value out of this thing in order to like give me what I need. And I'm not saying that to say that like they shouldn't give new people a chance. I do think they should. I absolutely do think they should. But they need to come with the right like this Cinema Lux one that they did at Hollywood. She came with like a design board. She had all her ducks in a row. Everything was like incredible.
Yes.
It made it easy to say yes.
Yeah.
Can
and
we
not everybody
offer
does.
a co-signer? Say, hey, like an event co-signer.
But
Like, yes, I know you
but-
want to do the style shoot, but
But like, where do I have the bandwidth for that? You know what I mean? Like, that's where, like, as the venue, that would be really hard for me. Unless I had a vested interest in that person because we've made a personal relationship, it's really hard for me to expend that kind of energy when I'm just trying to like keep up on my emails, you know, and like make like the next event happen. I understand what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with it necessarily, but I also think there's like a counterpoint of like, our resources are stretched thin. And so sometimes it's not like, I had somebody tell me this one time. So this is back in the day at Aria, where I heard from someone that such and such photographer said that I didn't like them. And I was like, I don't know them. I've never met them. Like, and if I have, I don't remember. And that's not because I'm being rude. It's just because I met them at like a networking thing really, really briefly. And they were walking around telling people like, she doesn't like me. And I was like, girl, I don't know you. Like, we don't know each other like that. And someone pointed out that like, when you're in a certain level of things, sometimes people think about you more than you are thinking about them.
sure.
And it's not like, I'm not saying this from a conceited standpoint.
No, I don't think that at all.
It's I don't, it's the perception of me being gatekeeping isn't necessarily, it isn't actually like operating in the same way that it feels. Like, I can understand how it feels that way, but it's mostly about like administrative, you know what I
Sure,
mean? Like
sure.
a lot of it is just down to like, I don't have the time. Like, I don't have the energy for this thing. I'm trying to just like do my laundry and like answer my emails and stuff. And I do think that there has to be a way to counterbalance that with providing those opportunities. And it is really hard. It's like a catch-22, right? Like, this is also a thing that a lot of vendors I over the years have talked about, like, I want to be on this list, right? But you can't get on the list unless you've worked there. But how do you work there unless you get on the list? Like, it's, you know,
Sure.
like...
That's a huge, actually, conversation.
Yeah, it's a huge conversation that I know a lot of vendors are frustrated by, and I get that. But it's like, I can't put you on the list unless I know I can trust you to, like, execute this thing, and
Sure.
you're not going to no-show me or something, you know? But how do they prove that to you unless they work there, right? And so it's a real tricky thing. And, like, if somebody comes
Comes on
to...
the clientele, though.
Yeah, but also sometimes if you come to like a venue and be like, look, I know we haven't had an opportunity to work together. I know like that I'd love to be on your list. Like, you know, is there anything that I can do for you for like a company party or something? Or can we work together on this? Or come with some ideas, come with some suggestions, or come correct with like something that makes it easy to say yes. Then I think that that's like...
That part, come correct.
Yeah.
I am so tired of people showing up in my DMs like, hey, I've always wanted to work for you. Can I shoot for you?
Yeah. Or can I
can
pick your
That was
brain?
my
Can I do this
message
about
2
this?
months ago. No, I'm just
And I
Yeah.
was just like, I'm sorry.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Why should I choose you?
Right.
And not because you're not good at what you do, not because I shouldn't offer you an opportunity, but it's like,
Are they
you said-
credible?
Right.
know.
Well, that's the thing. And you don't know.
it's
and
like you've got to think of like a step ahead of what
Yeah.
everybody else is
Yeah.
doing.
And you
right?
also have to just come with it with some like humble attitude of like, hey, I want to learn from you, or I want to work with you, or I want to like be on your list, or whatever it is. Can I bring you a coffee one day and just talk a little bit about it? If you offer me coffee, I'll do anything, really, at the end of the day. Like,
You heard it here, folks.
Exactly. Low key. I will. But that's the thing is, like, it's showing that you value my time and my energy is even in the smallest amount, in a cup of coffee. Like, show up I'll come to your office with a cup of coffee and just, I want to talk a little bit. But people who are just like, can I pick your brain? It's like, yeah, maybe if I have the time, if I have the energy, you know, but it's not going to be like something that I, the door's
you don't
not
wanna
always
be
open.
chased. You want to be more like put in a different.
Like wooed.
Yeah, more like.
I mean, it's like I don't need to be wooed. I just want someone to understand. I want them to. I want them to know. I want to know that they value my time and my energy as much as I do, and as much as I would value their time too. You know, like I'm not going to waste your time. Don't waste mine.
So brand new folks, get on your ChatGPT and ask them how
Yeah.
to properly
Yeah.
come up. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Come
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come correct.
Literally.
Let us know. And we are humans, right? At the end of the day, we are human beings.
Some of us are.
Most of us are human beings,
I'm
and
an alien. No, just kidding. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean,
Derailing
you, like-
we're going to be more like flexible,
Don't repeat my
understanding,
shit.
forgiving, acceptable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you present yourself in a way where it's like that you're genuine and you truly want to be here and do the work
Yeah.
and present yourself, we can tell.
Yeah.
We can tell when you're only for you, and we
Authenticity
can tell
comes across.
1,000%.
Yeah.
We can tell when you're doing you, and we can tell when you're doing it for the greater good.
Like when you got a bigger agenda that only revolves around you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We can tell in your email. We can tell in your client calls. We can tell all of it. Like,
Yeah. No, I feel that. I want to shift gears just a hair.
oh God.
Oh no, don't be scared. I mean, be a little bit scared. No, I just want to know a little bit about your creative process because I'm a creator of sorts.
Process.
So, like, what is do you have like a process when you're creating a design or when you're like, I don't know, just like when someone comes to you and they're like, they have this idea, or like WIPA, for example, what was your creative process to bring that event to life? So, like, I just want to know, like, what's the mechanisms you go through in the creation process?
The first thing I need to know is what is the overall goal.
So, goal. Okay.
And that could be corporate and that could be for a wedding, right? The goal is for my guests to have a good time. The goal is to make everyone feel
So it can be
such and
pretty
such.
simple.
Could be very simple.
Yep.
First goal, like I want to know what the end goal is. You want people to walk away with what feeling?
Yeah.
That's the first part of the creative process, right? Or it's maybe we're trying to get memberships. Maybe we're trying to da-da-da-da. Whatever that is the main brainchild.
Yeah.
It starts there, right?
I love that.
And that's assuming you don't have a theme yet, right? If you come with a theme, then my work is already done. But like
'Cause you
Ilea,
Yeah.
Yep.
Star Wars was great. Area 51, that's all you had to say. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Aliens in.
Yeah.
In. But even with WIPA, the whole brainchild behind that was we are starting a town hall and we're basically starting something new. We want to do this club. We want you to be a part of something. We want you to be in the group. So it's like, okay, we want you to be in the quotations club. So how do we do that? Well, what is normally a club theme besides dancing, right? It's athletic club. So it was called like Club WIPA. But it wasn't a play off necessarily country club vibes, because not everybody can relate to country club vibes, such as myself. I grew up on government food stamps. I've never been to a country club unless I'm setting up for something, right? I don't have a membership. So for me, I was like, we have to make it relatable. We have to make it like you're part of the club. This is our group that we're formatting here. And we just kept going with that. It was all of the things that had to do with that. And so our goal was to get members involved, to do something where they felt like they were actually making an impact. It wasn't a boring networking event. We're listening to A, B, and C, and I walk away with nothing. I wanted people to like you didn't want to leave, and that's exactly what happened. Like we were supposed to be out of the venue at 7. People are still in there at 7:45. I was like, you guys just start tearing down. At this point, it's just we really achieved that goal, and so my creative process is kind of fucked up. Right? It's in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. I wake up like, oh my God, I had an idea.
Yeah.
I had an idea, and I don't know how it works. It just does. It just does. Like, I remember one time I did a seating chart display for a client. It's supposed to be retro. Like, we had the whole thing mapped out. I was going to buy all the materials. She approved the invoice. And I woke up the next day and I was like, I have a better idea. And it worked. So you have to trust the process. And I think the biggest part of the creative process is making sure the client trusts you. Because if they're going to sit there and micromanage, like, well, I really wanted to do this and I really wanted to do that. And it's just like, we can, but remember what the goal is. Remember what the theme is. So there's a lot of client education involved in the creative process too. Because they only know what they see on their Pinterest board. Now, my Pinterest board looks like Alice in Wonderland met Willy Wonka, and then, right? So it's like, it's a totally different perspective. I see things they don't see. I understand what works and what doesn't. And just for the record, fake flowers do not cost less than real flowers.
No, they sure don't.
They don't.
If they do, they don't look good.
Correct. So for the record, just had to put that out there. So,
I think why they do it though is because they can sell them after.
Correct.
So they can zero. This is what I was told. I actually had a client at Aria who bought fake flowers. They're like, well, we're going to sell them after.
Let me know how that second job at Facebook Marketplace works out for you.
Yeah, you're never going to make the money that you paid for.
Well, maybe not exactly, but you're spending a whole lot less, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay, anyways, go ahead.
So anyways, so the creative process is a lot of sketching. I hand sketch first and foremost. Tried to do
on a napkin or something, or what?
That's how I did Crave's rebranding. Was on a napkin
you did that.
over tacos and tequila with Sam. She was like, I want this. And I was
Sam is the best.
And I was like, okay. And I just literally was 2 minutes on a cocktail napkin, and I turned around and produced it. So I don't know when it's going to come to me. It's usually when it's good vibes, good energy, everybody's happy. There's some trust involved, and it just kind of flows out naturally. And then if the client is like, when they say, I trust you, then it's like, all right, that's when the best ideas come to fruition.
I love that.
There's a lot of sketching, there's mood boards, inspiration, and then I do mock-ups because of my rendering skills with architecture. 97% of what I mock up, it looks just like that in real life. So
renderings are not easy to come by, so that's a really a great skill to have. Yeah.
And corporate wants to see every single detail.
Yeah.
Like, show me what the entrance piece is going to look like. Like,
you can't just go on vibes.
No,
that's not how that works.
Like, mock up 250 candles. Like,
yeah.
So they do. They'll ask.
Yeah. I think that what you were talking about in the beginning of starting out with the goals is the thing that it's especially important in corporate, but in weddings too. And I think people overlook it a lot of times, which is establishing what your goals and objectives are in the very, very beginning of it. Because especially if you're working with a group of people, if it's a wedding and you've got parents' involvement and other people's opinions, you have to have that goal as a North Star to keep going back to, so people don't get sidelined and be like, well, what about this? We could do this. And it's okay, but how does that feed that goal?
Yeah. And people go down the rabbit hole of Pinterest.
Yeah.
Too. And it's just when I ask them, okay, this is our goal, this is our theme, we come up with the mood board of everything, and then they're like, oh, I love this though, and I'm like,
Doesn't fit.
we didn't have ostrich feathers
Yeah.
in this. That's Gatsby. We're going this route.
Right.
Like
This is our goal.
there's a lot of redirection, and it's like, and the client. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate that. Like, I never want to tell them no or this isn't going to work. But at the same time, it's like, that's not the goal.
Right.
In the best way possible. Probably use ChatGPT to say it the right way. But that's not the goal. But this is what we can do. So it's like, just tell them, it's like, what do they call it? The positivity sandwich.
Yeah. Yep. A compliment sandwich
I
or whatever.
love the fact that you're out there looking for new ideas to how to bring yourself to life.
But this sucks.
With
you're
what our
great.
budget is at and the direction that we're going towards, I want to make sure that we really emphasize A, B, and C. How about we try blah, 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 that.
Or like, this is really cool. I see where you're going, but it's not actually feeding your goal. If we did this thing, it would like feed back into that.
Yes. You
Yeah.
have to do the positivity sandwich
Yeah.
with the clients because
Absolutely.
otherwise they're just like, my heart got broken. I can't have my dream thing. And it's like, your dream thing sucks.
You literally, and it's also like, it's not your dream thing. You found it 5 minutes ago. You thought
Correct.
it was cool.
Correct.
In 10 minutes, you'll be sick of it.
Because your ideas
Yeah.
suck.
Well,
Tell me about your worst fuck up.
I dropped a cake,
Oh no.
but I
We
caught
talked
it.
about cakes not that long
But I
ago.
caught it. It's on my
But it had a
handprint.
handprint on it?
So I took flowers that were not being used after the ceremony and I covered it up. So till this day, I'm not touching your cake. I'm not rolling it out. I'm not. No, absolutely not. And I felt awful because, yes, it was from Hy-Vee, but still, I was like, I fucked up. You can't redo that. That's not
Yeah.
something you can just go out and buy. So I
Wow.
felt bad.
Yeah, it's like they
So
need
it's
icing
from
on the
Hy-Vee.
side.
Can't you buy it from Hy-Vee?
Not a 3-tier cake
I'm just
on the day of.
I'm just
Right.
kidding.
Yeah, no. They didn't know. I mean, they didn't know what happened. I didn't tell them.
It didn't hit the ground.
It didn't, but it was like we were rolling it on a bar cart and it hit the edge of something and it just,
Yeah.
and there was 2 of us and it was just like one of us went for it and it was me and I'm like, fuck.
I mean, it's better that handprint than a floor print on it, so it could be worse.
I would say that's like my first physical fuck up, but like my one thing that I fucked up, I guess logistical wise, was it's your contract. I don't know how many times I've been fucked over by what my contract says. Like, I cannot tell you enough. Put it in there.
So
Put it in there.
Give an example. Please, if you can. If you can.
God, which one? Like my contract when I first started was like 1 page. Now it's like 7 in like 8-point font.
It's funny when I read people's contracts sometimes because I was like, this relates to one very specific instance.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
I was like, tell me
1000%.
what clause 17 was about.
Well, I think like what people forget, because again, when I did a lot of day of coordination, I'm not your caterer. I'm not your table busser.
I don't touch your food.
I don't touch your food. I don't touch your
silverware.
AV. I don't play your slideshow. I don't assemble the day of coordination thing that you made, like
I
your
think-
DIY thing that you made and you brought and dropped off at my house at 11 p.m. Like, I don't know what this is. It's not my responsibility. Like, people forget that it's like, I'm not you.
Yeah, you guys need the most comprehensive contract
Yeah.
because if like AV doesn't perform, they think it's your fault.
Of course.
It's like
it's always our fault. We've already accepted it. It's
yeah.
our
So
fault.
it's interesting. That's actually damn. That yeah.
Yeah.
You guys take a grunt of it.
Because it comes down to, well, like, AV didn't do this. And it's like, well, did the planner tell them that we were doing that? And it's
Right.
like, well, fuck, are you serious? Like, at some point, the microphone, I had a wedding where the microphones went out. And it was my fault.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, why didn't you
They
fix the
didn't have the
microphone?
right wireless system. They needed a QXL fucking.
You guys
Whatever
didn't want to
they are.
pay for the
Whatever they
on-site
are.
AV
QLX.
tech.
QLX, thank
I'm
you,
not
thank
the
you.
AV tech.
Right.
I make sure the speeches happen at 6:45.
Yeah.
I'm not the make sure that the microphone plays at 6:45. There's a totally different.
That's a different person.
Yes.
I like
I would
how
like to say, as an AV tech, I understand that, like, if I fuck up, it is on.
it is on the planner.
Yeah, exactly. So, like,
Same
take that
thing.
into
DJ's
account,
playing
like,
the wrong song. The planner didn't tell
Yeah.
the DJ what song it was, and I was like, "Wait a minute! it. Yeah, we get a lot of the blame. We do.
Right,
Be nice
which
to us.
I understand that. Like, as an AV tech, I do, events and stuff as an AV tech. So I understand that if I mess up, it's not. I don't think they would even come to me. They would probably come to you and say you messed up. So I take that into account. So like I am representing you basically.
1,000%. Even catering.
Yeah.
Right? They get the food wrong, it's my fault. There's not enough, the water's out in the water jug, it's my fault. Why isn't there water in the water jug? That's the fucking caterer.
Yes.
I'm over here doing other things.
It's
but yes.
similar to like being the venue and then having all these other vendors come in. Thank you. And people thinking it's the venue's product basically. It's like, yeah, we didn't cater that. Our pesto doesn't taste like grass clippings because we
don't make pesto.
we don't make pesto, and we're not a caterer company. That was a legit one from Aria.
Like grass
actually.
clippings.
Yeah, somebody,
Yikes.
we had a catering company that came through. I won't.
Don't name it. Don't name it.
No, I mean you would all know, but somebody commented, yeah, it was a more like of a joke between like Kelly and I, and probably you even. But yeah, your pesto tastes like grass clippings. Left a bad review.
Oh yeah, we got a review
It's like
one
we don't
time.
cater.
Yeah.
First of all,
We got a review one time, like in the beginning of Aria days, where I think it was on Facebook or something, and they were like, "My chicken was undercooked," and I was like, "I don't make your chicken. What do you want me to do about that?" But it's like you can't go on there and comment on it because you just look like a dick.
But you can rebuke it, or what's the word?
Rebuke.
You rebuke.
Rebuke.
On face or whatever the Google, and they actually took some down. They took
that's
a couple of those down back
Yeah.
in the day. Rebuke. Yeah. What did I say? Rebuke?
Rebuke.
Yeah, whatever.
You're getting cut off. Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, they know what I was saying. But yeah. Do you have any other?
I mean, what's
think we're
your
getting down to the-
obviously WIPA is like a big thing you've got going on right now, but what's your kind of like, is that like your big next move, like goal wise, or what's your like next sort of, what do you see next?
Ooh, shit. What do I see next? I see, without giving away all of my business plans.
Yeah.
I see a little bit more of education,
Okay.
like really tapping into educating our industry. And I also see myself tapping into other markets outside of Minneapolis.
Big time over there.
Not big time. It's just there is so much other shit we could be doing. And again, if we were open to expanding ourselves to other regions and just trying it out, just see what it's like to do a wedding in Texas. See what it's like to do. Not all of us do that or have the interest in doing that, but it's just like, even if you're just along for the ride,
Explore.
explore that. What worked, what didn't, take it back, field research. Just do field research, because that's the only way that we're really going to level up here, is knowing what worked and what didn't in other regions and how that corresponds to what we're doing. So, and also I'm really pushing dance floors right now. My dance floor plug.
You are the queen of the old dance floor.
Right now, I think people are still kind of struggle with what it costs.
What does it cost?
Well, it depends on the size of the dance floor.
Yeah,
of
there's a lot of
course.
20 by
factors in there.
20.
20 by 20 plus install and tear down.
Yeah.
Late night tear down on a Saturday.
Yep. Saturday night.
Probably looking around 4,500 to 5K.
Okay.
Depends on the intricacy of your design.
And we're talking like what do they call that?
A vinyl.
Vinyl dance floor.
Vinyl dance floor.
Yes. Because what people don't realize is like, oh, I want a dance floor. It's like, okay, but what substrate am I putting it on? Am I putting it on the floor?
Right.
Am I putting it on
Am I
concrete?
putting it on grass?
I'm serious. Who is providing the dance floor if you are renting a dance floor? Is it acrylic? Is it wood? Is it, plus 90% of the time we have to clean the dance floor before we put it down.
Right.
And people don't realize that. I'm like, I cannot put vinyl on this sticky shit.
Yeah.
But it's a really great way to personalize your event right now. A lot of venues will accept it right on the floor. Some won't. So, but I think it's I think it's an up and coming thing.
You're leading the way. You're killing it.
I'm
Her last post was about that, right?
dance floors. Yeah, we don't skip the dance floor. It is a thing.
Yeah,
It is a thing.
I'm only commenting on your socials.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I just did
in it.
a custom vinyl for an aisle runner.
Nice.
So that's fun.
Those
Yes.
are fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So it's like instead of that fabric that doesn't
I
stick.
hate those things. I fucking hate
Oh my
those
god!
things.
It was
They're
a
impossible
purple.
to unroll. They're impossible to fucking unroll. I hate them. I've torn so many of them, and I'm just like, God damn it!
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Where,
Yeah.
to take them off?
No, like when you're trying to unroll them to go down, those like really flimsy, shitty ones.
Oh, yeah.
I hate those.
Are we done? I have to pee.
Okay. All right, let's wrap up unless you got anything else.
No, I'm good.
All right. Thanks so much for coming on. It
Thanks
was
for
so
being
much
here.
fun to hang
Thank
out
you.
and chill with you. You're the best. But cool. Let's do it again sometime.
Woohoo!
Thank you for watching the podcast. Hit the like and follow button to stay updated on our latest episode. If you have ideas of topics or guests you'd like us to interview, drop us a comment and we'll see you next time.